What's up, boys? Today is May 3rd. It's like 1 a.m. or whatever. And we're about 1/3 through the year, and it really has me reflecting on what I've been able to do in 2025, not just on the level with my business, but also on a personal level. A year ago today, I was in so much debt that I was taking out payday loans to go on sushi dates. 6 months ago, my entire life was centered around being in a fraternity, and then 4 months ago, we got kicked. At that point, I really had to make a conscious decision on who I was, who I want to be, and where I currently am. And that is where the most change has happened. As I was looking over April, which has been the most transformative month of my life, not just on a personal level, but of course with business, one of the things that that really stuck with me is the idea of real growth comes with clarity. So that's really just had me thinking on, most of us are lying to ourselves about being in a place that we know we're not actually at. I've been in the online business space for a little over a year now, and it wasn't until about 4 or 5 months ago where I've really started to make strong strides to get to the levels that I want to be in. And it was when I really realized where the business was, but also where I was as a person. Beginning of the year, we set all these goals of what we want to do, the new language we want to learn, being consistent with the gym, getting closer with God, developing better habits for ourselves. And by January 2nd, when we wake up from the New Year's hangover, we have not get any closer to doing those things. We could be on social media, which is a lie, which is a fabrication of your ideal reality. And we could repost all these TikToks of manifesting my ideal life and my ideal house, my ideal vacation, and then not do any of the work to get to that point. Again, been in the online business a little over a year now, and I was in debt a year ago. And in 2025, I'm gonna make well over 6 figures with my business because I woke the fuck up and realized I wasn't going to make those strides and make those steps until I looked on a personal level. You are lying to yourself. Even if you're still sitting here, we're 2, 3, 4 minutes into this video, and you're still sitting here and you're laying in bed eating a bag of chips, you're lying to yourself that you want to be better than you are, because you're still watching instead of doing, instead of acting. You're lying to yourself you want to have the 4.0, and if you haven't gone to class in the last month, you're lying to yourself and you're saying you want to pick up that new language and you haven't opened up Duolingo since you downloaded the app. You're lying to yourself if you want to, take boxing serious, and ever since you got those 3 free classes from the code that you used at your local gym, your local Planet Fitness, you're lying to yourself. Social media is the ideal fabrication that we give to others of who we are as a person. When I first started sharing this journey of entrepreneurship and really sharing client results on my Instagram, I was so afraid of what people were gonna say, what people were gonna perceive. Oh, he's scamming, he's this, he's that. First time I posted something, the most likes, the most engagement I ever got on a story, most story views I ever got. By the second one, the likes went down. By the third one, the likes go down, and continuous. And it's because no matter how much people tell you that they wish you the best, if you are doing better than them, they're going to stop showing your support. It took me 2 months to even pick up the camera to record a simple video like this because I was afraid of what people outside of people that I work with when it comes to business or people that I care about, what they have to say, what they have to think. I'm recording this on a tripod of a friend who really motivates me to, get after it. One of the reasons I picked up great habits Something as simple as waking up and making my bed in the morning consistently, you know, that friend is afraid to do something like this because he's afraid of what people are going to think. Nothing changes if nothing changes. But the moment that there is that first change, it's cause and effect. It's cause and effect, and it's the vice versa. If you are intentionally in a situation where you're not going to be able to make any sort of progress, no progress will be made. Being in a fraternity, I felt like that was the peak of the college life, of the experience. I was the social chair, I was the recruitment chair, felt on top of the world. In the public side, but behind closed doors, I'm crying myself to sleep because I feel so lonely. I felt like I was going through the motion with business. It's just stagnant months, stagnant progressions. Because I didn't understand what my why was. What was my why for getting out of bed? To have a kickback that Friday? What was my why for getting up in the bed? To be in a relationship that was serving me no good? What was my why for getting up in the morning? To grow closer away from our relationships? No. At the root of it, my why is to be the best version of myself, which is what is everyone's why. So then you need to ask yourself, why are you not taking those steps? I barely worked today, made about 1.3K. I don't day trade, I don't drop ship, and I'm not here to sell you anything. I created such a solid foundation when it comes to the business that I didn't go to sleep till 5 a.m. and I wake up at 11 already with a deposit that hit at 7. Because when I drew up my vision board, everything down to a T, I genuinely crave on such a high level that there is no other option but to achieve those things, to go to those places, to learn those skills, to learn those languages, to develop those relationships outside of putting in the work to do so. You have to, at such a deep level, want to be better than you are today. You should be disgusted a month from now who you were when you saw this video. And 2 months ago, disgusted with the self-doubt that you had that caused you to click on this video. There was something that resonated on such a deep level in your heart to where the title, the click, there is no thumbnail. This is an unedited. There is no film team. This is filmed on an iPhone. But there is something that stuck with you on such a level that you truly know you are meant to be in a better place than you are right now. So then why aren't you changing? In the industry of business that I work with a lot of fellow young entrepreneurs, and often when trying to figure out new people to work with, you run into a lot of people who are lying to themselves about even wanting to start that business. Go to a college, I live in a college town where everyone wants to be an entrepreneur, everybody has a clothing brand, but then when it comes time for them to take that next step, or to even take it serious, they put it on the back burner. Oh, I'll wait till the summer. Oh, I'll wait till this, I'll wait till then. Consistently, every night I'll be in my gym at my apartment, 1 a.m. And from January 1st until April 20th, I would be the only one there from 10, upwards of 1 a.m. Now it's finals week all of a sudden, and now people are studying. And then I go to the gym. It's hard to have an open machine. If you wait till the last minute, you've already lost. This is a marathon. You're not going to be able to make up for the gap in the last moment. You can't be in the comment sections of the viral video that millions of people have seen of their ideal vacation in Ibiza saying, this is gonna be my reality. And you have been unemployed for 6 months, haven't even hopped on Indeed to apply for a job. How is it just, it's not gonna happen. Newsflash, we were 6 when we found out Santa wasn't real. Create that account. Create that TikTok shop. Write that book. Learn that language. It's always, you only live once until you realize you actually only live once. It's do things for the plot until you look back at it and you realize your story isn't that entertaining. It isn't that motivational, inspiring. It's gonna add to the lore when if you were to tell your children the life that you're living from 20 to 25, they're gonna wonder why you didn't take your life seriously just as much as you did. It took me 20 times even to really film this video because I was obsessed with the idea of creating the perfect video. This isn't perfect. The next video is not going to be perfect. The 100th video is not going to be perfect, but it's going to get better. It's not about failing, it's about learning. And you are so afraid of learning and making those mistakes that you won't even take the steps to make a mistake. It's like learning how to ride a bike. It's like learning how to drive a car. It's like learning how to be good at your favorite video game. You have to fail and learn the different techniques. That's the game of life. That's the beauty of the game of life. I've wanted to be damn near everything, from a firefighter to a basketball player to a journalist. And now I'm the most passionate I've ever been about anything when it comes to being a trailblazer in the field of entrepreneurship. And this most likely won't be my end result as I'm 20. I won't be in the same vehicle when I'm 30 or when I'm 40. Or when I have grandkids, my last thing won't be what I'm doing now, but it's a step in the right direction. You need to look in the mirror and you need to really self-reflect and take the time to think of how much do you really know who you are. It's mental masturbation and in such unreal levels of dopamine to trick yourself that you are in a place that you want to be in, that you look the way you want to look, that you even act the way that you act. Stop lying to yourself. The reason you have not seen progress in the last 3 years, last 6 months, is because you don't even believe what you're telling yourself. I used to have so much self-doubt and really such self-hatred for myself that I would only speak to myself in a negative way, and that was the way that I lived life. My favorite Bible verse, Proverbs 18:21, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it eat its fruit. And my mother would always say this to me, and I would never really understand it until, as I was speaking on before, I had that clarity of really understanding who I am. And wow, I've been in such a negative state of mind and reality because that's what I believed, that's all that I could have. Joining a fraternity and feeling on top of the world, not just in my fraternity, but across Greek life at my school, feeling like the man. Because that's what others viewed me of, but knowing deep down that I was not half of what I made up to be. The necessity of an humble and isolated period brings out the best in you. So really think about that. Why are you posting this story? Is it to better yourself? Is it to better how people perceive you? Is it to better potential connections that you could form through your social media? Or is it to eventually, potentially, invite things that are not of your best interest into play? Three months, and then we're 75% done with the year. Wait, no. Yeah, essentially. And then after that, it's the last quarter. And then you'll be doing the same shit that you have done for the last 10 years since you've learned about New Year's resolutions of, I'm gonna do this year. And you're gonna be in the same exact place. Time is not on your side. Time will never be on your side. So that's why you have to make the best of your time. Tomorrow's not promised. Next week is definitely not guaranteed. The next 5 minutes aren't even either. The biggest and the most growth comes through clarity. So, where are you? All right, that's it, and then I'm just gonna fucking cut it, shit.
What?
Oh, fucking cut it, shit. Y'all are silent. Appreciate. How long is it?
7